Hi everyone, it's Lynn Dion here from Pink Whisper Designs. Today I wanted to show you the cards I made for the Cards for Kindness project through scrapbook.com, and I also wanted to give you several tips and tricks on how to mass produce your cards. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start with the dies. We're going to be using the double-stitched rectangle dies from Art Impressions, and we're going to be using the second largest one and the sixth largest one. We're going to be die cutting these from the Strathmore Bristol Smooth 100-pound cardstock. And I'm going to cut two pieces here, one at 3 7/8 by 12, and the other one will be 5 1/8 by 12. So you can see that I can get 5 rectangle pieces out of one 9 by 12 sheet of paper if I take the time just to figure out where I need to make those cuts. So when you're mass producing cards, at least if you're like me, I like to use my paper as efficiently as I can. So that one piece of paper will give me 5 panels, and then all I needed was a second piece of paper to get the other 5. So with 2 pieces of paper, I've gotten the 10 panels, larger panels. Now I want to get this smaller rectangle, so I'm cutting 2 strips at 3 1/2 by 12. And I'm going to place those rectangles on there. And again, I'm going to line those up as close together as I can, again, to get the most efficient use out of the paper here. And you can see that there. So now I'm going to go back to that same die, and I'm taking each of those panels. I'm going to place that panel right back into the die, and it'll just kind of snap back into place there. I'm taping it with a little bit of purple tape on the back side of the die. And I'm using the Speckled Egg Tim Holtz dye ink. This is a brand new dye ink color. And I'm going to use this dye as a stencil. So I'm going all around the edges of the die. And I'm going to do a little bit more in the corners there. And that's going to leave a beautiful white border all the way around this rectangle. So this is a really quick and easy way to get a beautiful border. It also gives me that look of an added layer without actually having to cut separately some white cardstock to create that white layer. So again, this just saves you a little bit of time when you're mass producing cards. Now I'm taking a damp baby wipe and I'm just going to wipe that die off. Do make sure you clean your dies before you put them away, because you don't want to transfer any of that ink to a future project. The next thing we're going to do is take this beautiful stamp set here. We're using the sentiment that says, wishing you every blooming thing. And this is the scrapbook.com exclusive Hydrangeas set that was created in conjunction with Art Impressions. Now I'm placing everything in my mini Misti here, and I'm going to use some tape. This is the Tombow tape, and this is going to hold my paper in place. And again, when you're mass producing cards, you really don't want to have to deal with the magnets and all that. I find them sometimes to be kind of frustrating because they stick together. And so this way, I don't have to keep picking up the magnets. I just put a little tape down, and it holds this paper in place while I do my stamping. I am using the Versafine Onyx black ink to do my stamping, and I'm going to double stamp each one of these to get a nice dark image. And again, you can see here I don't have to keep fussing with the magnets here. And don't worry about the tape. Your paper will pull up easily, and you can clean it right off your Misti stamp positioner when you're done. So there I have everything complete. Now I'm going to this other beautiful floral set. And I'm going to be using that little border stamp. And this is the Greenery Invites. And I'm going to place the large rectangles that we die cut. I'm going to place those in my Misti, again adding some tape here so that I don't have to deal with the magnets. I'm going to try to figure out approximately where my sentiment is going to go. I want it centered on my card. So I'm just counting up the side here just to make sure that I have about the same distance from the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to mark that top part with a pencil line. And that's the only marking I need to make here. I'm placing that beautiful leafy border right just below that pencil line. I'm going to pick that up and again do my stamping with my Versafine Onyx black ink. I'm only going to stamp this once here unless I absolutely need to stamp it again, but I'm using a paper towel just to press this out, and I want to keep the lines on this nice and fine. So I'm going to do one stamping. Now I'm going to flip that cardstock right around, pressing it into place, and then I'm going to stamp it again. So again, mass producing cards, this is really a really easy way to do it. I can do 2 stampings, and then I can go ahead and do that again for my next piece of cardstock. So I'm going to place the next one in here, and I left this in because you can see that I had ink on my finger there. And I want to show you how you can quickly and easily fix that. I set that piece of cardstock aside. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to continue on doing the stamping for the rest of these. Again, stamping it once. I don't need any pencil marks now because I know exactly where everything's going to be. Flipping that cardstock around and stamping the second time. And I'm going to do that for all of these pieces of cardstock. And this is going to go really quickly. You'll see this is so quick and easy to do. So again, when you're creating a lot of cards, you want to keep your design fairly simple. Now I'm going to go back to that cardstock that I smudged. I cleaned up my inky fingers here, and I'm using the Tombow sand eraser. This is the mono sand eraser. And you're going to see how easily I can remove that ink. Now I certainly could have gone and die cut another piece of cardstock, but I didn't really want to do that. I had only cut the 10. And that's another thought. You may want to cut a few extras when you're doing your die cutting initially, and just have those ready in case you have a little accident like I did. But you can see how quickly this just cleaned up. Now I can go ahead and place that in my Misti and continue stamping. And that will not affect any of my coloring or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. So I have all 10 of those stamped. Now I'm using the Zig Clean Color Real Brush Pen in the Marine Green. And I just got this color and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I just had to use it on this card. So I'm not going to use any other colors but this. Again, trying to keep it simple when you're mass producing. You don't want to have a lot of colors that you have to deal with. So what I'm doing is as normally I would remove the excess color and scribble it on a scrap paper. But here I'm removing the excess color and coloring in the next branch. And that's just going to make this go a lot faster. So any excess ink I have, I'm taking it over to another image and I'm just starting to fill in the next image. I don't want all of these to look the same. I want some light ones and some dark ones because I am just using the one color. So I don't want it to be boring in any way. I want to keep a lot of light and dark colors going. Again, because I am just using the one color. And I'm using my blender pen to do the blending here. And if you were going to change colors, you can scribble it onto a scrap paper until it goes clear and then change to a new color. Here I could also again scribble it onto my scrap paper if I had too much color. But I'm going to just try to use up all of that color and make this coloring go as quickly as possible here. And you'll see that I'm getting lots of light and dark shadowing with this, just this one color. I also picked this color. I think it goes really well with the Speckled Egg dye ink that we're using from Tim Holtz as well. So we're kind of doing sort of a monochromatic theme here. Just doing a little stenciling with the dye, coloring in with this color, and then later on we'll be doing a little spattering as well. So you can see that there. So I went ahead and colored all of these panels the exact same way. Now I'm taking that speckled ink again, that Speckled Egg ink. I'm putting a little bit on my glass media mat. I'm using my distress sprayer, which just has water in it. And I'm going to start picking up some color. This is just a piece of scrap paper that I had. This is the Bristol Smooth 100-pound cardstock. And I'm going to just put some layers of ink on here. It's a fairly light color, so I repeated this process 3 different times. I added some ink, then I heat set it with my heat tool, and then I added a little bit more ink and heated it again, and I did this 3 different times. And you could certainly do this as many times as you want to till you get that depth of color that you're looking for. And again, this is a very simple thing to do when you have a lot of coloring to do. This piece of paper I'm going to be using for my butterflies. These are the Bookmark dies, and I just think this die set is so cool. It has all these little elements in it as well. And we're going to be using the butterfly. So I've cut that cardstock that we colored in with the Speckled egg ink, and I'm just going to start die cutting these little butterflies. And I'm going to die cut 10 of those as well. Now I wanted to make these look like they were stamped. So I'm taking my Tombow black marker and I'm going to go all around the edges of these butterflies. And that's going to bring a little bit of that black color onto the butterflies as well. And it does make them look kind of like they were stamped. It gives a nice black edge all the way around. So I did that for all of these. And then for the centers, I'm using the Uni-ball Signo white gel pen. And I'm just going to put 3 little dots down the center of each of these butterflies. Now, this is a simple and easy way to do the center on the butterfly. But later on, I'm going to show you a second way that you can fill that in as well. So there you can see that beautiful black edge all around the butterflies there. So now I'm using my Scotch foam mounting tape. This is the 1-inch tape. And this is just going to make it a lot easier for me to just put 2 strips on either side of my sentiment. And that's going to go really quickly. So if you just lay it down on your glass mat, you'll know exactly how long it needs to be, and then you can cut it in half. Now, I will show you a little later on. I'm kind of frugal with my tape, so I did end up doing some by just cutting some chunks of tape just to make it stretch a little bit further. Now I've placed some Speckled egg on my glass media mat again. I'm spritzing it with a little bit of water from my distress sprayer, and I'm going to do 4 panels at a time here, and you can do as many panels as you want. And I'm just going to spatter these. So again, this is going to go very quickly. This takes no time at all. And I'm just going to spatter those with that beautiful Speckled egg color. Once I'm done, I'm going to set those aside to dry. And then I'm going to come in with 4 more panels and I'm going to do those. So again, this is going to go very fast. And you could do all 10 at once if you have enough space. So next I want to cut all of my cards. So I'm going to cut my Strathmore Bristol Smooth paper to 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to do 5 sheets of paper at 8.5 by 11. And then I'm going to score that full sheet of paper at 5.5 inches. So on the side that measures 11 inches, I'm going to score at 5.5 on all 5 sheets of these papers. So this is going to make cutting these cards to size really simple. Now I've got all 5 of those scored. I'm going to fold them in half. I'm going to fold that full piece of paper in half. And then I'm going to go ahead and press that out really well with my bone folder. And then I'm going to slide that into my Tim Holtz paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut that at 4 1/4. So that's going to give me 2 standard A2 size cards, which measure 4 1/4 by 5.5. And those are top folding cards. And you can see how quickly I can create these cards. So I've got my 10 cards. I'm using my Scotch ATG permanent tape dispenser to glue these down because, again, I don't have to keep picking up the tape and putting it down. With the ATG tape runner or any tape runner that you might have, it's really easy to apply the tape without having to keep picking up and putting down the tape. So here you do want to take a little time to make sure you center these as best you can. And you can see how quickly this goes as well. And all 10 of those are done. So now I'm going to go ahead and attach my sentiments right in the center here. And again, taking a little time to make sure you line everything up. And on this one here, I just wanted to show you that to use up my tape a little more efficiently, because I am kind of cheap when it comes to my tapes, I put little chunks of the foam mounting tape there. Now with my Gina K Connect Glue, I'm going to attach these little butterflies. And the easiest way I find to do this is to take your tweezers and put it right in the center of the butterfly and then pull up the wings from both sides. And that creates a little fold and gives your butterflies a little bit of dimension. Then just apply a little bit of glue down the center of the butterfly. Now I'm using my Nuvo Crystal Drops in the gloss white. And here's the second way you could do the center of the butterflies. So you could just leave that white gel pen that we applied earlier, but I decided I wanted to add a little more dimension, and this takes just a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and put 3 little dots down the center of the butterfly, and I'm going to set those aside to dry. And you do want to test your Nuvo drops on some scrap paper before you get started, just to make sure there's no air bubbles or anything. Now with the Nuvo Crystal Drops in the White Blizzard, this is going to give a beautiful sparkly little gem effect to our cards. And this makes all the difference in the world, I think. I'm going to add 3 little dots on the top and on the bottom here. And that's going to make it a lot easier than trying to glue on little gems on all 10 of these cards. And here's a closer look at this card. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to visit me at pinkwhisperdesigns.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.